navigation or smart traffic system or any other, wherever we are going to deploy these small sensors or sensors networks, then that that extreme level of deployment should be very flexible. So I told the example, smart home temperature sensor need to be expected located in a particular location throughout the home, including the heating, ventilation and air conditioning actuators, right? So at the where we have to place them, entry and the exit points, right? So what are the advantages of these wireless sensors networks based on the solutions is their their greater deployment flexibility. They're very flexible in adopting these sensors network because of their simple scaling to a large number of nodes. We can connect simple network as well as you can connect large number of nodes also, and the implementation cost of these will be very less compared to the others. Okay, that is a lower implementation cost, and maintenance is also very easier as only we need to check we low power consumption, right? Even for a small battery also these sensors can work, and it is very easy for maintaining the such sensor networks, and you can include or you can add the some more sensors and actuators to the node without any difficulty. So we call that effortless introduction of a new sensor or the actuators, and better equipped with a handle dynamic or rapid technology changes. When the technology changes, even we can handle the these sensors very easily as the technology is going to improve faster, right? So these are the advantages why we are going to deploy or we are going to use the wireless based sensors networks, because of their easy in use, easy in implementation, cost, maintenance is very easy, and you can add the new sensors also, you can introduce to the latest technologies also, right? Those are the advantages why we are going to deploy the wireless sensor networks. Then come to the disadvantages. Potentially the thing is less secure. They are very less secure because the reason is the hijacked access points, because we are going to connect different nodes, so anybody can hack and can drop the information which is flowing in the sensor networks, and there are typically lower transmission speeds. The speed of the is very less as we use a wireless communication. As you people know that wireless communication will have less speed compared to the wired networks, right? And greater level of impact influenced by the environment. These are the disadvantages of the what we call the wireless sensor networks. So not only does wireless allows much greater flexibility, but they're increasingly inexpensive and reliable technology across a very wide spectrum of conditions. Even in extremely harsh conditions also, these characters are key reasons why we are going to use a wireless sensors networks or QPS networking technology for especially for the Internet of Things. Okay, they are very reliable and they are more flexibility. They are inexpensive, and and their reliable technology, right, across the wide area network, wide area spectrum and different conditions, right? And one very important note we have to do is this SA net, that is a sensors network, is terminology we use, perspective, are typically referred to as a wireless sensors and actuator networks because many Internet of Things deployments are the overwhelmingly sensors. And wireless sensors networks are also interchangeably referred to as a wireless sensor networks. We commonly refer WSN as WSN, that we call it as a wireless sensor network, with the understanding that actuators are often part of the wireless network, because the wireless sensors, when going to sense it, sense the data, actuators are going to take the relevant action, okay, by the actuators. Next is so it is as I told, wireless sensors network. Here and afterwards we call them as a wireless sensors network, WSNs, right? Wireless sensors networks are made up of wirelessly connected smart objects. That is, without wire, that's the smart objects are connected, which are sometimes referred, we call it as a motors. So even these are smart objects which are connected wireless, right? They're also sometimes called as a motors. The fact is very simple that there is no infrastructure to consider with the wireless sensor networks is surely a powerful advantage for the flexibility or in deploying the things. But there are some design constraints in wireless networks for the smart objects, that so here some what are the design constraints is say. So your CPU will take the moderate CPU power, and you are decreasing the minimizing the usage of the energy by um, deploying the wireless sensor network. And they can be you they will, as I told, they use very less memory, few tens or even kilobytes of embedded operating system is used by these wireless sensor networks, right? And disadvantage, as I told, there, since it is a wireless, lossy communications, low power wireless mesh, predominantly IEEE, the 802.15.4. Also, we use a power line communications IEEE standard P1902.1 for the to do the to avoid the lossy communications. And narrow band media, right? So it is maximum of 250 kilobits per second. Data transfer will be 250 kilobits per second. Lower rates the normal transmission of the data. And consumption of the power is very critical. Energy efficiency is paramount. Battery powered devices must last year. They use the usage of the battery itself. So with the battery power only they are able to work. They don't require the external source of the power for these wireless sensor networks. Okay. These are the design constraints for wireless smart objects. So the following are the some of the most significant limitations of the smart objects in wireless sensor networks. Limited processing power, because it cannot work on a voluminous data. So processing power, the processing is very limited. And limited memory, I told, as it will be in terms of kilobytes. And there will be a lossy communication, that is since it is a wireless, when it is the information is flowing through the waves, right? So there will be a, if it fails, your network fails to catch the signals, then there will be a loss of communication, loss of information, loss of data. We call it as a lossy communication. And limited transmission speeds, I told, no, it is only 250 bits per 250 kilobits per second, right? So transmission speed is also very less. So it is in terms of kilobytes, not even megabytes also. And it uses limited power, I told, no, the battery power is enough for the wireless sensor network to operate. Okay. So if you have any doubts in the wireless sensors networks, what is the use of wireless sensor networks and where we are applying these, and what are their advantages, what are their disadvantages, and what are the design constraints for wireless smart objects. This is a topic I covered. Just go through. Okay. So those who joined late, okay, go through that and I will continue with the next. What are the limitations that greatly influence the wireless sensor network in designing and deploying and utilizing that sensors, wireless sensor networks. Just go through it and tell me if you have any doubts. If you have any doubts, go through and tell me if you have any doubts in this topic. Any doubt, Anusha, Yamini, Anila, Jeevita, Preeti, Chandu, Subodh?
No, ma'am.
No, Jeevita, shall I proceed, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The limitations greatly influence how your wireless sensors network are going to be designed, deployed, and utilized. The fact is that individual sensor nodes are typically so limited to reason that so we are going to deploy oftenly large quantity of the sensors. As the cost of the sensor nodes continues to decline, the ability to deploy highly redundant sensors become increasingly feasible. They are reliable. Your technology, whatever you are using on the wireless sensor network technology is reliable because many sensors are very inexpensive and the cost is very less and they use limited power and correspondingly they are little bit inaccurate, and ability to deploy smart objects redundantly allows to increase accuracy. Smart objects with limited processing, memory power, and so on often referred to as a constraint nodes. Constraint nodes, such large number of sensors permit the introduction of hierarchy of the smart object. Such a hierarchy provides, among other organizational advantages, the ability to aggregate similar sensor readings from sensor nodes that are close proximity. Here, the temperature, average temperature for the aggregation in the wireless sensor networks is some sensors are going to work for these temperatures, and it is an example for data aggregation function in a wireless network sensors where the temperature readings from logical grouping of temperatures are aggregated as an average temperature reading. So each and one sensors are going to